This courtroom is about to explode with tension, and you won't believe what unfolds next. A 36-year-old man, facing multiple felony charges including evading arrest and domestic violence, steps before Judge Boyd and immediately gets called out for his behavior behind bars. What follows is one of the most fiery exchanges we've seen in this courtroom yet. From missed court dates and bond issues to shocking disrespect toward jail staff. This hearing has everything: defiance, frustration, and a judge who's not holding back. Let's break it down.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
You're 36 years old, so you needed to come here today and have her tell you you need to behave in jail?
No.
This is ridiculous. And we don't have punks like you acting like this and treating us this way when we're at our job. All right, so you're Jasmine Hancock?
Yes, ma'am.
And so Mr. Hancock is charged in 25 DCCR 0737 with evading arrest or detention with previous convictions. Cause number 25 DCCR 0738 with continuous violence against the family. And then there's a third case. Those both have offense dates of the first one is April 22nd of 2025. The second one is April 26th of 2025. And then in cause number 25 DCCR 1233, there's a new evading arrest or detention with previous convictions from August 5th of 2025 that has now been indicted. And Ms. Holmes has filed motions in the first two cases asking that I reduce Mr. Hancock's bonds, which are currently set at $100,000. It looks like there was a court date on July 22nd of 2025 that
Here's where things start to get serious. The judge is laying out a pattern: missed court appearances, bond forfeitures, and a long criminal history. For context, when a defendant skips a scheduled hearing, the court can legally forfeit their bond, meaning that bail money or collateral is lost, and new charges or penalties can follow. It's one of the biggest mistakes a defendant can make. What's more shocking, despite being out on parole for only 2 months, Mr. Hancock allegedly committed new offenses, triggering this courtroom showdown. Do you think the judge should even consider bond reduction for someone with this record? Or is she right to stand firm? Let us know your thoughts below.
Hancock missed, and so that was when those bonds were increased.
On July 22nd?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, so he missed court on that date. So there it was, before that, there was an AFRS that was filed by the bondsman to get off the bond. But when he didn't show up, the bond forfeiture overrides that. And so that was the bond forfeiture. And then also, since then, there was a request for an emergency protective order. I'm also reviewing jail incident reports that I have received. Have you had an opportunity to review those? Yeah. Why don't you take a look at those, and then before you try to make arguments on behalf of your client who's making things very difficult for you, y'all can go review those, and then we'll come back and discuss
Judge,
the
I think if you
bond.
just let me review his criminal history, the stage will be very easy.
I've already know what I'm going to do, but I'd be glad for you to do that as well.
Your Honor,
Okay.
he's habitual on this continuing violence against the family case. He has a total of, I believe, 10 prior felonies. And on these 2 evadings, the state jail evadings with prior evading convictions, he has a total of 7 evadings. And the most recent one was picked up when he was arrested in August while he had warrants for these pending cases. His priors that are not evadings include firearms, drugs, and burglary.
Okay.
At this point, the judge has clearly had enough. 10 prior felonies, multiple evading arrests, and continued violent conduct. It's a record that tells a story of repeated defiance. When a defendant racks up this many serious offenses, especially against family and law enforcement, judges often see it as proof that rehabilitation attempts have failed. And when you add disrespect toward jail officers on top of that, it's a recipe for disaster. You can almost feel the judge's patience evaporating. It's not just about punishment here, it's about protecting the community. What would you do if you were the judge in this moment? Give another chance or lock down that bond?
Ms. Holmes?
He had only been off of parole about 2 months before the new offense date in April.
Honestly, based on everything I'm seeing, I'm not sure the bonds are satisfactory. We'll see. Ms. Holmes, any,
So, Your Honor, I was provided some documentation. Apparently, Mr. Hancock did go to the hospital in July, which I believe at the time he did provide that documentation to the bondsman. I'm not sure if he was aware that an AFRS had been filed at that point. He is aware that he needs to behave in the jail.
really, you're aware of that? How old are you?
I'm 36.
You're 36 years old, so you needed to come here today and have her tell you you need to behave in jail?
No, ma'am.
This is ridiculous. These people are just going to work and trying to do their job. That's all.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I mean, that's what the rest of us do. We go to work, we do our job, we go home, we live our lives, and we don't have punks like you acting like this and treating us this way when we're at our job. The way you have spoken to the officers, the female, they disrespect you first. Do you think you earned their respect? You're in jail. You follow the rules. Their job's just to do their job. If it's time, you don't get to make decisions in jail. You don't get to decide when you turn the lights on and off. You don't get to decide when you go to bed or when you eat. It's not your decision anymore. That's what happens when you continue to violate the law. You've lost your right to make those decisions. So it's their decision.
And there it is, a decisive ruling. The judge denies bond reductions and even raises one bond to $100,000, placing Mr. Hancock under house arrest if he's released, and enforcing a strict no-contact order with the alleged victim. It's a textbook example of how prior behavior, missed hearings, and attitude inside jail can shape courtroom outcomes. This wasn't just about one bad day. It was about a long trail of choices catching up to him. What's your take? Was the judge fair or too harsh? Backhand index pointing right if you found this case as shocking as we did. Make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns, where justice meets drama, right here on Judge Boyd's channel.
To try to keep everybody in order out in the jail the best they can. And the way you have spoken to them and threatened them is actually a violation of the law, and you could end up with more cases for threatening a correctional officer. So just keep going, keep stacking it up. I'm sure a jury later will love to hear all of that. They'll love to hear it. You're looking at 25 to life on one of your cases. Keep it up. Let's see what happens. Because a jury will see all of this. And if you think I'm going to take some great deal that they're going to negotiate, or you think Mr. Nichols is going to give you some great deal, it's not happening. So you're old enough to know better. I'm going to deny the motions for a bond reduction in cause numbers 25 DCCR 0737 and 0738 based on several factors: your criminal history, the fact that you did miss court, the fact that your bondsman had already filed an AFRS, your jail incident reports. I am also going to find in cause number 25 DCCR 1233 that your bond is insufficient, and in that case I'm going to raise your bond to $100,000. A condition of all of these bonds, if you make them, will be that you will be required to wear a GPS monitoring device, and you will be on house arrest. So if you make these 3 bonds, you will be on house arrest. You're not allowed to leave your house unless you have my permission. And you will be also ordered, and it should already be in a bond condition, in cause number 25 DCCR 0738, to have absolutely no contact, no communication at all with the complaining witness. Do you have that name handy?
I do, Your Honor.
Janesha Butler.
Janesha Butler?
Jamesh.
Jamasha.
So you cannot have any contact whatsoever with that person. Do you understand? That also includes when you're in jail. So there's no sending messages through that email system or anything like that to her through anybody else. That'll be a violation of your bond, and your bonds will end up raised even more. You understand? All right, I'll reset it for for an announcement. We'll deal with all of the cases at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I don't know if I need something